moving on to number 6.4, discussion and action regarding an ordinance approving and adopting the budget for fiscal year starting October 1st, 2019 and ending September 30th, 2020. The motion has specific wording, so we'll entertain a motion on this one.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Do you know the specific wording? Are you looking at the?
I have the wording I want to.
Okay.
I move to approve the budget, adjusting the budget to reflect a 15-cent tax rate from the 165 tax rate for the FY 2020 budget starting October 1st, 2019 and ending September 30th, 2019.
I think you're on the wrong one. We're talking about the budget first.
I know that.
I know what you mean. Would you say it one more time for me, though, just so
Okay,
I can get the
that's
language
fine.
right?
I move to approve the budget, adjusting the budget to reflect the 15-cent tax rate from the 165 tax rate for FY 2020.
I'll second that.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? There's no discussion?
No, I'd like to just discuss it just a little bit. I'm not really off the top of my head kind of speaker, but I've written a couple things down. First off, I would like to commend the mayor and the city staff for their work last year on the budget. 2019 was the first year for a fire department, and last year this time we had a fire chief, 3 trucks, and a grant. They've come far. I think we do have a way to go, and I personally don't want to get there the easy way, which is why I recommended the maintenance of the 15-cent tax rate. I think the 15-cent achieves a lot of what we want to do. It's been a long road to get there, starting with the first budget workshop, as we were reminded at our one of our citizen comments that we looked like we weren't sure what we were doing. Well, that was the first opportunity that we had a chance to look at the budget, and that's what you get when you have a workshop. I think next year, Lisa has spoken to us, we're going to take a little bit more time to look at the budget, give ourselves a little earlier time to start the process. But I do want to continue the fund balance policy with the reserves that we've got into effect. I do believe we've got a commitment for animal control, code enforcement. We have many ordinances out there. I think we need to enforce them. And I think the budget with an adjusted rate of 15 cents will get us where we need to go. Thank you for letting me talk.
All right, if there's no further discussion, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry. This one's a roll call.
Aye.
Aye. Show that unanimous. All right, moving on to 6.5, discussion and action to consider an ordinance setting a tax rate. This one says that 0.165 per 100 on all taxable. There's specific wording on this one as well. I'll entertain a motion. I know that you just said to the 15 cents, so.
I have a question for Lisa
Absolutely,
on that.
go ahead.
There's some math in here that would need to apply if we, with the 15-cent rate for that second number of that says, which is effectively 15.88% at the 16.5.
We can adjust that. You don't have to worry about that for your motion. We'll go back and we'll adjust the ordinance to reflect the correct rate if you want to go to the 15 cents.
Receipt. Okay.
All right, well, I'll entertain a motion on this one. I know there's specific wording on it. I'm just trying to find it.
I'll make a motion, Mr.
Okay.
Mayor. I move that the property tax rate remain the same by the adoption of the tax rate at existing 15 cents. So the rest of it.
I'm going to help you just a little bit.
Okay.
It's still an increase effectively.
Right.
So I think you want to word it as it's
As-
written there,
okay.
just plug in the number that you want to use.
That's taken straight
That'll
from
be my soundbite.
26.05B and C of the tax code, have certain exact languages and motions you're supposed to make exactly as they write it out, and that's what this
Right.
has got for you there.
Okay,
So, just like it says, you'll just say
all right.
15 cents.
This will end up as a soundbite, I'm sure. I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of the rate of 15 cents. Then those numbers, I don't know what that would be. Increase in the tax rate, and that the ordinance levying this tax rate be approved.
All right, I've got the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion amongst council? There's no discussion, then it's again a roll call vote. Ms. Trudy?
Aye.
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 Show that unanimous. All right, moving on to 6.6, discussion and action to consider an ordinance ratifying the property tax increase reflected in the 2019-2020 budget. Do I have a motion on the ordinance ratifying it?
Just for a brief
Yes, ma'am, hold
explanation,
on.
this is also one of those that any time your budget takes in more money than the year before, you're required to use this ratification ordinance. So it's,
Yes.
even though it kind of seems redundant
Yes.
that we're doing the same thing that we just did, it's also required.
And please make no mistake, it's absolutely redundant.
Yeah, no, we know, there's a lot of redundancy and stuff. All right, do I have a motion on this?
Mr. Mayor, oh, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to,
Okay. All right, do I have a second? No. Oh, he can.
I didn't know.
so I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance, to the City of Clean Chisholm to ratify the property tax increase reflected in the fiscal year 1920 budget and providing an effective date of
I'm sorry,
when's the effective date?
October 1.
Yeah, October 1. All right, do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
'Cause this one did not need a roll call, is that correct?
So ordinance.
Right.
Okay. All right, moving on to 7.1.